All right, welcome to Good Vibes Only. We've got a special guest here, Sammy V, today. Basically, our vision is just to empower people to reach out and ask for help. So, yeah, we got Sammy just to have a conversation today. Sammy, I was real interested when we were talking about doing this podcast, and I guess knowing the real Sam V. So, like, we know Sam V from year 9 onwards. I want to hear a bit about Sam V prior to year 9. Like, how'd you grow up? What's your background? What did you love when you were younger? All those kind of things. Tell us some of that stuff.
Well, first and foremost, thank you to Ethan and Christian for having me on the Good Vibes Only platform. Whakalahola hea atu, kia orana. Hello to everybody watching, all the listeners, all the millions and millions of boys and girls listening from home and around the world, wherever you are. My name is Sam V. I'm 23 years old, 24 when this video comes out. So 24 at midnight tonight, October 1st.
Hey.
I make R&B hip hop music. I'm born in Wellington, Cook Island Dutch. And when I say born in Wellington, I grew up there first 7 years with my family. Moved to Auckland. My old man was a musician and a bar owner. And then my old lady works in IT. Got 2 siblings, Emily and Kane. They're old. So that's all I got to say about that. But definitely gave me a good sense of compassion, learning from them and observing how they handle the world. Got my music taste off my old man, my good looks and my charm. Got my wit from my old lady, probably.
Hey.
And then, so grew up in Wellington and then moved up to Auckland. I ended up going to St. Peter's where I bumped into these guys, but I've always done music my whole life. Sat at the forefront of my existence. It's never been a case of like a dream. It's just been something I've done. So still doing it today.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks, Sam.
I'm interested into hearing like a little bit more about your dad because I haven't seen much of him. So yeah, tell me a bit about that.
Of course. So my old man, Cook Island Dutch, he's from Rotorua. Like I said, he's a muso and a bar owner. Reason you wouldn't have seen much of him, bro, is because when I was 11 years old, his old lady, so my nan, had a stroke and lost usage of the left-hand side of her body. She was based in Rotorua. So consequently, he moved down there to look after her. He didn't really have much help from his siblings. So he sacrificed, I guess, his life with his family up in Auckland to care for her full time. And he's been there since 2010, bro. So coming up to 11 years, she passed on in 2018 when he started looking after his old man then. And he passed in 2019, I think. Well, no, 2020, he passed last year. So yeah, he dedicated the last decade of his life to caring for his parents. So definitely like someone I look up to in the regards of someone who's personable, adheres and advocates for kindness, care and respect, looking after your elderly, your fam, putting them at the forefront. So that's why you guys wouldn't have met him, but definitely an inspiration of mine.
That's respect.
That is respect.
That's real interesting to hear. And I guess it kind of gives a little bit of background into how you are as well, But a muso, caring as well. You like to pretend like you're not. You like to put up this little bit of a front. But you're probably, one of the most caring people I know. I guess another thing we wanted to know about is like what motivates Sammy V? What gets him out of bed every day? What's your why?
Damn. I think in terms of my why, it's changed a lot. Like, I think when I was younger, I always got up or did things with the intention that I was going to be pretty successful in life, but I didn't really know how that would shape up or how that would eventuate. Like, I knew that 1, I could perform, 2, I could sing, and 3, I was somewhat of a personable, charismatic character. So it was always trying to find a pocket or envision a way of manifesting that into something tangible. But I think in the last 2-3 years, I've really seen the opportunities that what I can do through music can do. So I think I'm motivated to be the best at what I do. I'm pretty competitive in nature, so not in a comparative way, but competitive with myself, and that I really want to get up and be the best. So whenever I go and perform, I want to be the best. Whenever I write a song, I want to write the best song possible. So it's just about, I don't know, seeing growth and development in myself and competing with myself yesterday.
Love that.
So the goals have changed and they've shifted for sure. Like now it's things like I'll set little 6 monthly goals. Like for me, it's I want to play a festival in the new year. I want to be the best on the festival card. Even if there's only 100 people watching, those 100 people will leave saying, "Who the heck is that guy? He was the best." And I want people to think that, and if they don't, I'll prove it. That sort of a thing. It's just a real. It's changed from like a real like self-assurance to a real hunger of proving myself, not in a negative way, because it's not to downplay other people. It's just to uplift myself and hopefully to motivate my friends in the process.
Yeah, man, love that change.
Yeah, Ethan, you have the same, like a similar kind of why, eh? Do you want to?
Yeah, no, totally. I'm all about kind of competing against myself and kind of the person I was yesterday or in my past life. And it is all about like those incremental changes. You got to start small, and then eventually it will become a mountain, basically. Yeah. So yeah, love that vision for you.
For sure, bro.
And when did you kind of start or notice that change, like shifting from that successful into the space that you're in now?
Yeah, I was pretty much just about to touch on it, bro. But like, I guess throughout high school, I was doing the music thing. You guys remember I was like 10, 11, 12 and releasing songs, but I was an artist who was managed. I want your classic, great music.
That's shit, bro. I listen to that all the time.
I guess so, but like, during that whole development phase, when I was with those record labels, bro, there was no real teaching to me. Like I wasn't becoming autonomous as an artist. I wasn't learning how to manage myself, how to collaborate teams together to host and run projects, put on shows, direct visuals, none of that. So I think it was when probably I was getting to the back end of my tertiary days, bro, like when I was 19, 20. There's a story when I was flying over Canada to do my exchange. I looked at Toronto and I don't know if we can swear, but I said, you can edit it out, but I was flying over the 6 and I was like, fuck, I'm going to make the city my bitch. Of course I didn't. Like, I didn't do shit, bro. I wasn't there for long enough, firstly, but secondly, I didn't know where to start. But that was a humbling period. And that, like, I knew that being talented is not good enough by any means. It takes a lot of luck, a lot of hard work and perseverance. But that trip to Canada also taught me that in terms of my ability, I could match anybody in the world. I spent a lot of time in Canada and the States, just kind of, I guess, seeing how people are wired over there and how the talent stacks up. And I was like, damn, New Zealand has probably more talent than anywhere in the world. We just don't have the resources or self-belief or accessibility to people who can help empower you and stuff. So that trip helped. And then also I had a meeting with a manager of another artist in NZ when I was 19. And this is when I was doing a music video a month, bro. I was just, content is king, bro. I might only get like 1,000 views, but I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to get it out there and see what happens. Someone had tipped him off about me and said, this kid's mean. So he had a meeting with me, bro. And he just said, to be honest, you don't have anything distinctive or special about you. Like, what do you think is distinctive? And I'm like, bro, I'm a better vocalist than your favorite singer and I'm more entertaining and I'll prove it. And he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, have you heard me sing? And he's like, nah. And I was like, bro. So this really burned this chip on my shoulder, bro. And I was like, all right. He also said he's doing shows. And I said, no, I wouldn't know where to start. So I was real motivated to start hosting shows. And then I guess that all sent like a spiral of like taking accountability for what I am. Like I'm an independent artist and I started hosting shows and we've started getting a couple of 100 people now. Like 300 people came to the last one. So they're growing, bro, every time. And it's cool. But I probably went on a couple of tangents there, but that was definitely like a moment that, couple of moments that definitely shaped my thinking into being more proactive.
That's cool. What would you say is like your highlight so far in your career?
Musically,
yeah,
bro. I don't know, because being on big stages doesn't really faze me anymore. To be honest, like a couple of people would expect me to say Christmas in the Park, but you're getting like commissioned to like a couple $100 to perform and no one's there to see you. Do you know what I mean? So I think big highlights for me, one, definitely we sold like 350 tickets to a show at the Tuning Fork. And 350 doesn't sound like a crazy amount, but it's an independently run thing. Like I don't really have a team. It's more so just me doing a promo plan and editing it and just getting a couple of favors here and there. So to achieve that was cool. And that was paying customers too, sorry. So that was definitely a pretty cool achievement. But also being on that Panthers project There was that obviously that recent Polynesian Panthers TV series got the call-ups for the album for that. So that was like to get the nod from other artists that I listened to when we were a bit younger. It's pretty neat for sure. I'm probably overlooking stuff, but off the top of my head, those two.
Is that something, that show especially, is that something that connected to you at all, or was it more just like a cool opportunity?
The Panthers show?
Yeah, the storyline of it. Did you?
Yeah, bro. If I can give a shout out to a teacher from school, man, Roger Gronick always like encouraged us. Like he was that tinfoil hat teacher, but he was a big advocate for, I guess, opening your eyes a little more and thinking a bit deeper about things. So I remember when I was reading about the Dawn Raids for the first time, maybe in my first or second year of uni, I had a lot of ideas about like coming up with like a musical behind it, like almost like a tragic love story kind of movie project. I'm like, one day I'd love to make something like this, because there's a lot of healing that needs to be done within, especially the Pacific communities, but you can do it through art and through storytelling as well. And it hasn't been done, hadn't been done, and now it has. So I guess to get the invites to partake in that project was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's it's crazy how detached, like, as young New Zealanders, like, that we are from that story. Like, I've heard about it, but
they don't teach it, bro. Like, they just gloss over it. Like, it's not in the high school curriculum. Like, you have to go out of your way to be educated about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they taught about it, because bro, the current kids in school are smarter than us. They're smarter than the generations before. They're more clever. They're more aware. They've just got the whole, like, their phones, bro. They got accessibility to information from the age of like 4 or 5, right? Yeah. So if they could research, or if this stuff was put in front of their faces earlier, bro, would have so many more advocates for, I guess, justice in that respect.
Facts, my man.
For sure.
Yeah. It's crazy as well, the fact that like, a lot of people like to think that New Zealand isn't like a place where people discriminate, or, you know, there's no racism here, and all. Like, we live in this airy fairy world. Like, search up the happiest countries in the world, and we're ranked like number 3 in the world. And then you look at our suicide rates, and we're like number 2 in the world for you. Like, that makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, it clashes, bro. Like, so much stuff gets swept under the rug, particularly for men, because the suicide rates are super high for men. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel like there's a lack of investment. Obviously, you've got like people like Mike King, who are advocates, who are really doing what they can to help, and people like yourself who are trying to raise awareness and look after our youth. But I think culturally, there's just some things that aren't quite right. And it stems back to all of the injustices that happened, bro, in the 70s and the 60s with our migrants. And, bro, people are still racist, man. Like, it's trash. Like, it's just more quiet because our population's small.
Hard out. And that kind of, Ethan, do you want to share a bit? I don't know if you know much about what Ethan's vision is with this, but maybe just dive deeper into like Good Vibes Only and what your mission is, bro.
Yeah. So the mission for Good Vibes Only is to kind of, I guess, fully fund 10 Māori and 10 Pacific people to go through the Youthline Helpline Counsellor training, because the Māori and Pacific in particular struggle to reach out. Due to that shame factor, they don't know how, and it's scary to reach out as well. So we're here to kind of normalize that, reaching out and speaking up, and training some people to go back into their communities and their whānau. So if they don't feel comfortable calling Youthline or reaching out to their friends, they've got someone very close to them that they can have those difficult conversations. Because as we know, it's a kind of easier and it's helpful to speak to people. Especially that you're close with, and it, for me anyway, it makes me feel a lot better knowing that someone can listen to me or have that difficult conversation with me.
Hard, for real, bro. It's definitely needed, bro. Like, I work for the Office of Pacific Advancement at AUT, and even the kids who are coming through to our tertiary space, like, one thing they're big on is there a space here where I can come and open up and feel like I'm being heard? Is there a safe space for me to come and communicate some of the stuff that's happened to me? Or is there a place where I can get support, That's what they're coming in and asking. So yeah, it's just about awareness, bro. And It's a good thing you're doing, bro. I feel 100%.
Thank you, my man.
And the goal is 23,000, bro.
Ah,
I wonder why that is.
I wonder why. 23.
Who can be sure, man? It's just all about those principles that we learned at the mountain road.
Exactly. To love and to serve.
Shout out to Fui.
Kieran Fui, the GOAT, bro. I know about the current guy, but Kieran Fui, go on.
Yeah, DJ Red Fury, bro.
Pain, bro.
Hey, Sam, I'm curious to know, man, what does like music mean to you?
Damn, bro, that's actually a hard one because, like I said a bit earlier, bro, like it's never been a point of like, I'm trying to do music. It's just what I do. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just, I think it's synonymous with my identity as a human. Like even when you guys would have met me, like I probably took it maybe a year to be like, okay, this is that singing guy, you know, or this is the guy that does music, and okay, happens to like rugby as well, but this is predominantly the singer guy first and foremost. And I think it's just intertwined. So I used to not like that because I used to be like, damn, I can do so much more. But I think it's about using that and then catapulting, platforming off. So to me, music is an opportunity, an opportunity to empower people, inspire people, to get my feet in some pretty cool rooms, and hopefully get some people shaking and baking.
Hey,
let's go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm also interested to kind of hear if you've ever used music as like therapy. Is that or to express, you know, some hard times that you've been through?
Damn. I think for me, I've always been like, in terms of my mentals and stuff, I've always been pretty stoic and happy-go-lucky. So in terms of it being therapy, maybe not so much, but I've tried recently in times when I've had entanglements collapse or little relationship breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? I try and touch on them in my music, bro. So it's only really been a recent addition where I'll try and, because even when I have like a breakup and stuff, I'm still pretty like emotionally not attached to it. I'm just kind of like, okay, this is happening. But if I feel frustration, I'll be like, okay, I got to go to the studio and like try and capitalize on this emotion, on this feeling. And I'll talk about it. So recently I posted this thing on my Instagram of me on a bike, me riding around the bike, singing a song. And I wrote it in like 25 minutes. And I just tried to put myself in the space of an entanglement I had breakdown earlier in the year. But people ask me if I'm all good. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm fine. Like if you don't know me, if you know me, you know I'm fine. It's just me trying to portray some certain emotions. But bro, for so many artists, yeah, it is therapy. It gives them an outlet to storytelling, to talk about what they've been through, and also healing as well. Like I know for a lot of artists, that's such a massive thing. But yeah, for me, not so much. For me, it's more so just what I do and also fun.
Yeah, bro, I watched that video and I was like, this dude looks like he's gonna cry. Like you're just rolling around on your bike. Like,
can I be honest, bro? I was actually pissed off. I'll tell you why. You know how I'm shooting it on a GoPro?
Yeah.
So earlier that day, I'd ridden to Mission Bay to shoot it. So that's like a 25-minute ride on the bike. You know, get on a bit of a sweat, feeling like a real healthy guy. So I got there and I recorded it, and I got back and I checked the footage, bro, and I'd set it to photo mode. So it was taking photos of me.
Oh no!
So the reason I look so sad, bro, I was angry, dude. So lucky it came across, bro. I was ready to find someone natural.
That's so
pain, bro. But I think a lot of people connected to that song, though, tying back to that point of like music is therapy. Like that might be the video I've posted that's had the most people reach out to me about it, like saying, "Hey, man, you got me in my feels with that. You really made me think about her or him," and people asking me to finish it, and I'm finishing it. Like, yeah, I have to finish it now. But
yeah,
I didn't really look at music like that before. That's only a recent revelation for me, that my music can have an impact on people like that, you know?
And kind of what feelings come up for you when, you know, people are reaching out and you're actually kind of empowering them to make those decisions?
It's just validation, bro, that like what I'm doing is worth the effort output. Like, of course I'm going to keep doing it, but you know, some people are like, oh no, I don't reply to the comments, I just leave them on request. Like, bro, I will reach back to anyone who messages me with a positive comment, a fire emoji, a, hey, I like the song, because I feel like they're the people who are empowering me and validating me in my pursuit. So always have to like show love and generosity back to those people. But yeah, bro, it's, like I said, just validating, bro, for sure.
One thing I absolutely love about music is the fact that, like, yes, it puts you in the feels, but it can take you back to a certain moment in time.
Hard.
Like, yeah.
So true.
How many times have you listened to a song that you listened to when you're little, you know, the song that your parents listened to when they're cleaning the house or some shit, and you just feel like this instant, like, euphoria, bro? Like, I don't know. It's incomparable way. And that's why I think when people use it as a, you know, space to deliver a message or share something, it's like so much more meaningful and powerful, because it like,
yeah, bro,
it's like the embodiment of like empathizing with someone, you know, like in that groove, and you like, I don't know, you feel what they feel, you stand in their shoes kind of thing. It's pretty
sure, bro. It's like Kalohi Kai, cool down, bro. What does that remind you of?
Bro, when we were in fucking the Philippines, that was the
shit, bro. Yeah, on those buses with the holes down the bottom, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And being like, what the hell is this shit?
Air conditioning, bro. I was looking at some footage of Hino Ba'an today, bro, just because I was trying to remember what it looked like, bro. I don't want to forget that. Like, I don't think I will, but just to even see like a structure in some of the buildings that I was familiar with in my mind, bro. I was like, man, this is crazy, bro. Like, actual, like, that was genuinely, I feel that trip was one of the best high school experiences by far. Like, it was better than a Europe trip. It was better than a year 12 retreat, bro. It was the one, bro, for real.
Do you feel like it changed you, bro?
Hey?
Do you feel like it changed you?
I don't know, bro, because I feel like even going into it, I was already pretty like aware and compassionate. I think the only thing it made me, I remember when I got there, I was freaking out thinking everyone was gonna like rob me or some shit. So, but like that like, oh, I'm gonna get pickpocketed. But that went away within the first day. But I don't know, that trip was just wholesome, bro. Like being in the community, living with those people, like going to school with them. Amazing, bro.
Yeah, I guess to give the viewers a bit of context, the three of us went to the Philippines on a school immersion trip in high school to just experience what it's like being in the Filipino lifestyle and witnessing kind of extreme poverty, especially in Manila. But yeah, for me, definitely was one of the best trips I've ever experienced, and especially going with the boys as well, makes a huge difference.
Bro.
Do you remember when that that prostitute tried to drag me down the alleyway, bro?
Hey,
we were in Hong Kong, bro, and because we're on our way home, and me and Ian were walking through the markets.
Yeah.
And like, you know, on every aisleway on the alleys, like along the alley was
Sunga. There's a Sunga.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're walking on past, and she just like grabs my arm and tries to pull me down, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is not all good." And me and Ian like ran away. It was funny as fuck.
Iconic, bro. I remember you getting cancelled as well for having a beer.
Oh yeah, bro. Badass.
Oh, that's right.
But you're ruthless, cuz.
We signed something that said we wouldn't drink beer. I remember Mr. Boyle, when I got back to school, was like, you know, we're gonna have to talk about this. I heard you drunk in the Philippines, and I was like, oh, true. And it was the last day of school, so we just like, you know, left and never talked about it again.
Bro, what happened with that incident? The family offered it to you, eh?
Bro, the beer.
Yeah, well, he was like the president of Hinoban or some shit. The granddad. Well, he was running. He was like in elections or some shit. I don't know. He was like,
yeah,
you know, his face was everywhere, and he got one of the kids to jump on his bike and ride up the road and grab me a beer, a box of beers, and I was like, no, I'm good. I can't. I'm all good. And then he just kept on offering it to me, bro. Kept on offering it to me. And then eventually I just had one, and I was like, oh yeah, all good. Had another one. And then the next day when we got about to leave, he said, oh, bring your boys down to the pub with me and we'll all go together. And I was like, nah, I actually can't. You can't say anything. And then he got up in front of everyone and told everyone. That was so bad.
Pain, bro. But like with hindsight, bro, it's not even bad, bro.
Not at all. One beer.
Crazy.
Nah.
Bro, that's mad.
I've always been a drinker though. It's my
well, if your host family offers you a beer, you know, it'd be rude to say no.
I know I signed something, but it's not legally binding. No,
no, it's not binding to the one and only Kingdo. Shout outs to Kingdo.
Kingdo's a man.
King Ducks.
Bro.
I guess, Sam.
Yeah.
Tell us about a time that you've been at your lowest. And how did you cope with that? What did you do?
Damn. Bro, I don't know if there's any like necessarily in times when I've been like at my lowest, like comparatively speaking. Like I know my experiences are nothing, bro, but I struggled at points with the transition to St. Peter's in year 9, bro. Like coming from, bro, because I came into St. Peter's and I'm glad that I got toughened up in my first year of high school, but I came in soft, bro, and sensitive. And I came in really, really nice and just like, yeah, it was traits that didn't necessarily translate well to an all boys school. And bro, yeah, just struggled with the bullying, bro. Like I was a little short kid with fluffy hair and buck teeth, and I was a small fella, so just easy pickings, bro. And I was also like, I was quietly confident, but also I was quite shy. So I think that whole year in particular was like one that I don't necessarily describe as a high point. And to cope with it, I don't know, bro. I think I just threw myself into what I enjoyed, bro, rugby and at that point being forced to do a lot of music stuff, you know, which I'm grateful for now. But I never really had any time to process any sort of like negative stuff. I was just always doing things, you know what I mean? But definitely a few hard experiences, bro, you know, just being picked on and getting hopawadied up the mully and I don't know, that wasn't that bad in comparison to some other stuff that happened that year, but that was tough, bro. And then I think another tough one, bro, is just like sometimes with music there'll be experiences when, like, I call them lull points, or like, for example, when I was a bit younger, bro, I used to be like, damn, I really want to perform at the Pacific Music Awards. That's something I want to do because that's a platform I can go and smash it. And year after year I'd apply and just get nah. So the first time I got it, bro, that was a knockback, bro. That was like a damn, bro, like they're not hearing me. They don't care what I have to say. Like, bro, there's no belief in what I'm doing. And then you like inherently you'll question yourself just a little bit, you know, like you'll be like, shit, like, is there something I'm doing that's not good enough? Like, am I not ready yet? Am I not polished? But I don't know. I always try and think bigger picture about things, bro. Like, think objectively, look at it. Like, I always say to myself, I'm a relatively young fellow who's pursuing what he wants, and I'm being a good dude along the way, and I'm pretty good at it. Remind myself that, like, look at things objectively. I've got a goal that I'm trying to achieve. My friends are cool. People around me are pretty cool. I'm working. I got a degree. I'm going all right, you know? Life's okay. Life's not all that bad.
So is that something that you do to kind of like combat that feeling, I guess? You kind of put it in perspective and you're like, it's not actually that bad.
Nah, well, it's not bad at all, bro. It just means that when I was 20, 21 years old, someone wasn't recognizing my work, and that's fine because they will, you know what I mean? So that there's definitely been like a mindset shift again, where it's like, instead of being annoyed about something not happening for you, just double down, make it happen for yourself. I won't get an award, I'll make my own awards, you know, like all good, it'll happen. Not too phased about it, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like some of the stuff that you went through, I guess, in like the starting years of high school and stuff like that? Because, bro, it's a dog world, eh? Like it.
And yeah, 9 and 10, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, do you think that made you more resilient as a person, and that's kind of transitioned and in a way benefited you in the future?
100%, bro. I reckon like all boys schools, and St. Peter's during that period was really good for me, bro. Like the only time I started excelling more in high school, in my secondary school years, was when I came out of my shell and I embraced who I was and what I was about. Yeah, I sing, yeah, I do music. Yeah, I'm cocky in a funny way. Like, I'll be your friend, pretty nice guy overall. I embraced who I was instead of being shy and sitting in the corner, you know. That was when I found more fulfillment, and self-assurance and self-belief and all of that. And it's the same for a lot of people, bro. Like the high school growth that I point to as an example is Ethan Siegel, bro. Like, that guy's an absolute far cry from what he was in his high school years because of a lot of the shit that happened to him when he was a teenager, bro. And just a lot of that negative stuff. If it keeps chipping, your skin just gets so thick and so resilient that all of a sudden stuff can't really impact you anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy, the idea of resilience. Like, well, I was talking to this lady from New Zealand Institute of Wellbeing and Resilience, a long ass name for no reason. And she was talking about how she's worked with heaps of like primary and intermediate schools and stuff in the South Island and the North Island. And the difference between the resilience levels, because in Christchurch, you know, they went through the mosque shootings, they went through
earthquakes,
like the earthquakes, like that, and they were just so much more resilient, and they were, you know, their wellness was crazy, like 10 times better than the North Island kids. And then now after lockdowns and stuff, they've kind of evened up a bit, but yeah, the resilience that South Island kids have is just incomparable, bro.
Thick skin, bro. You can't teach it, you have to learn it. Like, bro, I think even me being on the internet, like my old lady was posting videos of me on YouTube when I was like 5 years old, bro. So I always grew up knowing that people had an opinion of me, and would have an opinion of me. So it wasn't so much that like I couldn't tolerate it. It was more the physical stuff that I didn't like, bro. Like getting smacked over the head with a calculator, and it was pretty crazy, bro. When you think about it, they could have like had documentary cameras like rolling in our classes, and they could have seen some pretty wild stuff that you wouldn't think would come out of St. Peter's, you know. But grateful for the experiences, and most of the culprits didn't actually last, bro. They got sent off to Rosehill College or other schools like that. Unfortunately,
because CD was actually that class was brutal,
bro. It was wild, bro. Like, yeah, crazy. Even looking at the there's like a CD group page, bro, and you can see the stuff. Like, we were making memes about each other, bro, like 13, 14, and like uploading them, bro. Like, it was some pretty blatant bullying, but just there was no management of it at the time, but I'm still kind of glad for it. Like, I've got very, very, very thick skin now, bro. Just because of experiences like that.
Yeah, I love how like you kind of flourished when you started to be true to who you are and just embracing yourself. Because that's definitely one of our values, is authenticity, being true to who you are. What kind of I guess advice would you give people that could be, you know, a bit afraid to be who they truly are in fear of others? Like, kind of what helped you be true to yourself in those moments through high school?
Just, I think the more authentic you are, the more people you can naturally connect to. You can find people that you connect to naturally. You can establish a stronger friend group. More doors will typically open. Just being genuine and authentic is the best way to go about things, because if you speak from the heart, people respond to it. I guess that's more of like, I'm speaking more from an interpersonal perspective when you're relating to other people. But I don't know. Also, it's just about having honest conversations with yourself. Like, bro, some people are our age and older and still trying to figure out who they are, bro, and figure out how to be authentic and genuine. But the more you find stuff that you like and stuff that you don't like, and are able to differentiate and distinguish between the two, and the better, bro. So I think when you're young, bro, just try stuff, bro. Like, have a go at things. You'll never know what you'll enjoy. I think young people struggle with perspective and looking at things from a bigger picture. Like, they're too worried about what other people think. Like, to young people out there, just give things a go. Like, especially in high school, you've got hella time, So if you're thinking about doing that production that your boys aren't interested in doing, but you're keen, bro, go and do it. If you're thinking about doing Samoan group, Niuean group, Tongan group, do it. playing rugby, hockey, football, anything, do it. Like, because these are opportunities that you have to help mold your character, bro. And that's why I'm grateful for St. Peter's, because there were so many opportunities to do stuff in school. And if your school doesn't have opportunities to do stuff, then tell your parents you want to go to another school. for real, because it's like your 9 to 5 from that age, right? But it's instead of you getting compensated through payment, you're getting compensated by building your personality and your character. Yo,
that was a rant. No,
I loved it, man. That was cool.
That was good. That was cool. Yeah, St. Peter's was so good, so beneficial way. Like, I look back at things like special character camps, retreats, like, those are some of my favorite times. Like, I didn't know who I was until probably late year 11, early year 12. Like, and I still don't really know who I am, but like, I couldn't, yeah, I was just like a bit of a dick, like, you know, treated people bad. Like,
you're funny though.
Yeah, well, that's what people remember me as, funny guy. I kind of embodied that because I felt so uncomfortable.
Right.
You know? I was out of my depth. I was in a place that was completely unknown. I had kind of drifted away from my friend group that was my friend group in primary. And yeah, bro, I lost my way for a bit, turned into an asshole. And that's what I don't like when I look back at high school. I wish I had, you know, kind of found that earlier and just been genuine from the start.
My best memories of Christian are definitely from year 11 onwards.
Yeah, I was an asshole before that.
Oh, for Waddy, baby.
But like, I can't believe you still hung out with me. Like, we would all play rugby on the field by the cricket nets, and you would still come and play like every day.
Forgiving, bro. I was passionate about my code.
Yeah. Shout out to Monetahi, bro.
Bro, that dude hit puberty like a train and went from like not very good to just a man, bro. I don't like playing with him after year 10, bro. He got too big.
Speaking of values, what values do you stand by, Sam?
Bro, people will genuinely be like, he's cap, bro, he's lying. But humility, bro, straight up, for real. Not in the sense where it's like you can't be confident and you can't back yourself, bro. Like, I feel like Adesanya still embodies some humility and that he's still a guy who will try and empower people and help others. So be humble with the platform you have and use it to help grow other people as well and build their confidence. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get big on humility and selflessness. Not always the most sustainable values. I'm going to be honest, bro. Like, sometimes I find I put too much effort into other people's dreams and stuff, and I find myself not pushing my own, which is what I've like. Yeah, especially managing a collective, overseeing the development of other artists, running a songwriting workshop for other people. And the work I do as well, I end up actually investing a lot of time into other people, and it can be draining, but I don't know. I don't regret that. I think do it while you can, while we're still relatively young and have energy and can drink Red Bulls without too much effect.
Well, I guess it shows the character that you are, Sam, and your compassion, you know, that you do care about others and you want others to succeed. So
just quietly, Christian?
Yeah, quietly. Like Super Candy doesn't. Well, bro, yeah, I've noticed you've been doing a lot more of that kind of stuff lately, like for other people, you know, those songwriting things, like, you know, your work at AUT, everything like that. Like, you've kind of turned into a man of service.
Hey, and love.
And love, bro. I love my missus, bro. I don't have a missus, but if I did, I love her.
You're just like manifesting that shit, eh?
Nah, I actually don't want one. I'd be an unavailable boyfriend, bro. Yeah, I guess so. This happened in the last year. I think a lot of it stems from me just wanting to be like, bro, that whole songwriting thing. I misses the bro, TJ, who's part of YSO. Shout outs to TJ. He's one of those bouncing board guys that I can bounce ideas off and just scheme shit. I I said to him one night, like, bro, I'm bored and I'm uninspired. I think I should do a songwriting class. And he's like, okay. I was like, yeah, sweet. So I posted on my Instagram, and then like 25 people rocked up. This dude from Portugal was in the call on the Zoom, bro.
What the fuck?
That's actually cool.
This dude from New York was on the call, bro. And like he came on the call, bro. He was just buzzing to like meet me. He's like, bro, I'm a massive fan, bro. I love your TikTok, bro. You seem so much more calm in real life, bro. Like you seem crazy on TikTok, bro. You just seem real chill here, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm just using TikTok to promote my stuff, bro. And he's like, yeah, bro. Well, thank you for having me, bro. It was crazy, dude. And then, you know, Kiwi artists jumped in, and it just stemmed from boredom.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lockdown's been good for those kind of like those people that are creative and stuff like that. Like it either goes one of two ways, like you fucking lose your mind, or you like you gain this whole different level of like, you know, creativeness and stuff.
Hard. That's another piece of advice for young people. Have a sounding board, especially to young creatives, bro. Like have someone, if you can have someone. If you don't have someone, I'll be that someone, for real, genuinely. Any young musician can message me, and I'll give them as much time as I can. Like, I'm serious. Like, have someone you can go and say, hey, I've got this idea. Should I do it? And then I'm like, I mean, if it's me, I'm always going to say yes. I'm going to be like, yeah, hell yeah, do it. But if you can have someone that like motivates you in that way,
it does just take kind of one person to believe in you, to kind of be successful.
Hard. And in this day and age, content is king, bro. So like even like what you guys are doing, like it just takes anything. A piece of content, bro, can open up so many doors, can get so many people engaged in what you're doing.
Yeah, actually, that's a question I have for you, Sam. Like, I would imagine that you would have been through a lot of trial and error and potentially some failures. And kind of, I mean, similar to the one where you applied for the Pacific Music Awards. So, yeah, like, I mean, how do you deal with failure? Because that's not easy, man. That's actually quite tough to do something that you're passionate about and then to almost get rejected, or they say no, or like you're not good enough. How do you deal with that stuff?
Me, that's a good question, bro. Bro, the worst thing about those awards, bro, is they email you telling you to apply, and sometimes they'll message you telling you to apply. So you're like, yo, hard, let's go. Let me apply real quick. So I don't apply anymore, bro, because sometimes if you don't apply, someone on their team will apply for you. So I just leave it. I'm like, nah, I'm too cool for that now. I've gone past you guys. I think, bro, like just getting back to that bigger picture thinking, bro, like getting an award isn't the end goal. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, if you get an award and then you're like, yo, sweet, I'm done. Bro, the worst thing the thing I hate most about some creatives is that they'll have a project and then they'll do their promo drive, they'll do their project, and then they'll say, sweet, I'm done. That's it. So that's not how it works, bro. If you're passionate about what you do, you're never done. You'll keep going. You'll keep pushing past the project, past the song. That's the difference between like someone who's a genuine like artist, bro, and someone who's just doing it as a hobby, I feel. So for me to push past it, again, look, big picture, like this is what I want to do in my life. I love my job, but I don't want to be reporting to someone for the rest of my life. I want to be accountable. I want to be my own boss. I want to be the boss of other people in the best way possible, you know? And just thinking like, bro, these are my goals and I want to achieve them. So if that wasn't a goal of mine, then all good. It's just like I guess a bee sting in the ass. You pull it out and you get on with
it. But I'm interested because for as long as I have known you, it's been you and your mum. Like, tell us a bit about your mom. Like, does she inspire you? Like, you know, or
does
like,
she what?
Does she inspire you? Like, what emotions come up when you think about your mom?
I guess just gratitude as well. Another one who can be a bit of a bouncing board. Sometimes quite stabilizing, and that me as a character is pretty all over the place. And sometimes I overlook small details like logistic stuff. So it keeps me grounded in that respects. And yeah, just gratitude, bro. Like definitely was the initial platform I had musically, like putting my work out there. That means that I can do what I do today. And yeah, I think just, gratitude, bro, and learning a lot of the small, intricate side of being a functional person, you know?
Has she always been someone that you felt like you can share like struggles with or anything like that?
Yeah, like again, bro, like I'm not someone who's had like a crazy amount of struggles, and I feel like a lot of the struggles I have, yeah, I'll talk to my old lady, my old man as well, especially with musical stuff because he's done it as well, and he kind of gets the whole managing people, and then just the bros, to be honest. Like if I need a vent, which I don't do too often, like I probably need to get better at that. Actually, talking about like my things that I'm struggling with or things that I'm not too happy with, but I don't know, bro. I think I just bottle it up sometimes and get on with it, to be honest, which I know is not the most sustainable thing to do because sometimes you can boil over. But yeah, I've found a way to do it somehow.
So you wouldn't say you've ever boiled over or anything?
Nah, bro. Like I've definitely had moments of like I always say this, bro. I have like four emotions, bro. Like calm, happy, crazy happy, and frustrated. That's like yeah. Nowadays, that's kind of just the emotions I feel. So not really boiling over. I definitely get frustrated, bro. Especially if you ever see me at a show, bro, that I've had to organize and host, bro. Oh, I'm a mess, dude, because I just want to get up and perform, but I'm having to worry about logistics and door sales and promoting and the other artists and their bands and the car parking. And bro, I hate that stuff. But that's as close as you'll ever see me to boiling over, bro. Me at a show.
Cool, calm and collected, eh, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, calm and collected.
What's crazy happy?
Me when someone spiked my drink at a nightclub. Crazy happy, bro. Can't stop talking. Jaw swinging.
I guess on the flip side of that, like what does Sam V do for fun? Out of all his stressful work life and all the busy things he's got on in his life, what does Sam V do for fun?
Bro, you guys have really good questions. Hey, I'm very, very impressed. For real. I've done some interviews and I actually get annoyed at questions a lot, but these are really, really good. You guys are very cool.
Oh,
that's St. Peter's, baby. We just educated like that.
23.
Fire. For fun, bro. I play touch, bro. Like
Yo.
I still love my footy, for real. I still watch every Wellington Lions game that I can, every All Blacks game, every Hurricanes game. Yeah, play touch rugby, watch rugby, sometimes play rugby challenge as well. But no one likes it because it's not very good, I'll be honest. But if more people liked it, bro, I'd be happy, man. What else do I do? I play fantasy football. Bro, I'm just a sport now, bro. Straight up. I'd be a great sports journalist, like actuals. I like doing that. I like going out. Shout outs to the Western Guide. I go out with him quite a bit. Just seeing people, bro, is cool, bro. And that's also another thing. You get a lot of validation for the work you do musically when you go out. Like it sounds like some narcissistic ass shit, but like it can be cool going out into town and people being like, "Hey, Sam V, I love that song of yours," and you're like, "Damn, man, what I'm doing is actually making an impact." You know? And then couple that with a couple of beers, bro. Great time, bro. Great time.
You must have some.
Oh,
you go, Christian.
No. You were gonna say something funny. I was gonna say something deep.
Okay, I'll go with the funny first. But you must have some like quite funny fans or some interesting experiences when you go out, especially to town.
We can talk about it afterwards, boys. We got some
Okay.
definitely a few tales, bro. But yeah, for sure. But the most grounding ones, bro, are people that have like they'll call you like an inspiration, bro. Or they say they've been a fan for X amount, or they'll be like, bro, I love that song that you did on your Badman Season project, and it's called what's it called, Girl on the Beach or something. I'm like, bro, I forgot I even wrote that, dude. Like crazy that that song connected with you because bro, music can reach people like that. And I'm always grateful when someone like isn't when they've heard more than just like I don't know, I Want You or Vibe With You or like Cotton Candy now is one they come up with. But when people like actually listen to you, bro, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between hearing you and listening to what someone's doing as an artist, bro. So that's always cool.
That's man. On the deep vibes now.
Let's go.
Nah, have you ever had to help someone through like hard times?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I've had some people reach out to me, bro, when they're at their lowest, bro, like suicidal, bro. And those convos are they're always hard to navigate, bro. But it's like, for me, I always I don't try and talk to them as if there's a panic button on. I'll try and conversate as if I'm just having a yarn with them. And I always try to make them know that I care about them and that I need them around. So, for example, there was like one fella who broken up and he was having a real rough time, just broke up with his partner, and he was like, yeah, not in a good spot at all, bro. But I reminded him, I'm like, oh, bro, like, you talked about wanting to get involved with music stuff and wanting to get involved with what I'm doing. There's still stuff that we need to work on, bro. Like, we've got to collaborate on this stuff. You said you wanted to come to a music video shoot. Well, why haven't you come to one yet? You've still got to come to that, bro. Like, trying to keep it grounded. Like, brother, you owe me, brother. You can't be talking none of this stuff. Just try and have a human conversation about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think conversations like that, this bro, to be honest, bro, it's been about 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of conversations, but it's I guess it is a good thing though that they're reaching out to you, especially when they are feeling that low. Yeah, because I mean, you're an approachable guy, so it makes sense that they reach out to you, and you kind of pointing them to the overarching goal, right? Is that passion for music and what they're wanting in life.
Yeah, for a lot of them, yeah. And then like yeah, for the other ones, it's just, I don't know, you just try and take it back. Like, yeah, sometimes when people get into that real dark space, they can't really sit and look at what and who they are objectively and how much potential they have. They just get such tunnel vision. So it's just, I think, trying to encourage people in a way where I'm talking to them. You know what I mean? Like, if people want to talk to me, normally it's because they want to laugh, or they want to like show me something they're doing, or talk about their life, or talk about their like people talking about relationship stuff, and I'm always like, you're talking like the least experienced guy here, man. But like, they come for like something that's human and real, and they can be vulnerable. And I don't know if they're coming for like a laugh or something, but I was just trying to remind them, like, look at things objectively, bro. Like, we are young. We have so much potential, so much stuff we can do in our time. Our stories can inspire people, but just take off the tunnel vision lenses and try and look at things from a wider scope, you know?
Yeah, man, no, that definitely sounds tough. Like, what kind of impact has it had on you with people reaching out to you when they're kind of feeling their lowest?
Bro, to be honest, I'm just happy that they're talking to someone, and that. I would rather them call me, or I'd rather someone message me than have to attend their funeral, bro, and feel mortified and gutted that someone I know has felt that they have to leave, or they have to, top themselves. That's the worst. And I'm so grateful that I haven't had that happen to anyone that I'm close to yet. But I know that that's the reality for even friends of mine, bro. Like, have to be on the other side, and then their friend doesn't make it, bro. Like, that's terrible. But for me, I don't know, but I'm just, like, it doesn't like rattle me or anything. I'm just happy that they're reaching out to someone. And bro, if it's me, yeah, hard. I'll have the conversation straight up, willing.
Have you ever lost anyone in general? Obviously, you just said you haven't lost anyone to suicide, but have you lost like a family member or anyone close to you?
Yeah, just like grandparents and godparents and stuff like that. And like, yeah, obviously it's sad as well, but like, bro, thankfully it's no friends of mine, or like no close friends of mine. I say, like, last week, I don't know if you guys saw in the media, but there was that girl with Down syndrome, Lena, who died. That friend of my sister's, boys. So that, and my sister's got Down syndrome as well. So that, like, it saddened me, bro, and it made me angry, bro. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's like, obviously you can't bring someone back, and that's just a case of a monster being awful. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was a rough story to read and just like hear about. Like,
bro, it's tough, bro, because like that was someone because I grew up around kind of Star Jam, so that whole organization, and I saw that group which my sister was in dancing. I saw them every week, bro. So that's someone who was, I can see her face in my head, like, from growing up around it. and that's someone whose life was taken from them, bro, and the most vulnerable member of the community, bro. Like, nah, yeah, bro, awful, bro.
Yeah, it's something that you don't even want to fathom, eh? Like, it's just, yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, bro. I think, yeah, that's probably like, and then obviously we had a few St. Peter's boys pass away as well with Tina and Robbie as well. I didn't know either of them too well personally. But it just reminds you, bro, like how, bro, sometimes life can be ass, bro. Like, it can just snap and it's over. So that's why I'm always trying to say to people in terms of like pushing themselves, making stuff happen, putting their goals, chasing it, being a little cocky with it. Like, bro, we don't know how long we're going to be around for. Like, I could, you know, me having this Red Bull right now could mean that, you know, the Fatu stops in the morning. But genuinely, you know, I don't know. So, but I'll be glad that I've chased everything in the meanwhile.
Live your best life every day, eh?
Hard.
Good vibes only. No,
good vibes only, bro. Have that beer.
Yeah, hard. Should I go grab some now? No.
You have to sign something, Christian.
Yeah.
Sign a non-disclosure agreement.
How was it? Like, did you ever go through struggles or witness anything with your sister growing up? Like, did you ever have to defend her? Did you see anything disgusting? Like, what? Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, bro. I'm a very staunch advocate for the underdog. Like, I will befriend those who are not, you know, obviously in New Zealand, and being popular isn't really like a term. It's more of an American thing, I feel. But I will always try and connect with everyone, like not just the kids who have all the platforms and all the opportunities and everyone, but I don't know, like the underdog. I've always been a massive advocate. And that's because when I grew up, bro, bro, people don't get educated on kids with special needs, bro. Like I see it with all sorts of people, bro, like all sorts of kids. They just don't know how to react to them, how to respond. So when they see someone who's different, their automatic impulses are, here's something different, I need to squash it out, or I need to like belittle it, or you know what I mean? So my sister got bullied, bro, and I think when I was year 3 and she was maybe year 6, some girls made like a fake account of her on Bebo. And I don't know, but I think just from that, I was always pretty staunch defender of her, firstly, my sister. But it kind of stemmed down to looking after other kids with special needs or other kids who were just underdogs in general, a little bit different. And then, yeah, obviously when she got a bit older, I think one dude tried to lure her away into like train stations when I was a teenager, bro. Thankfully it didn't happen, and some dude stopped it. But bro, those people, like kids with special needs, bro, are vulnerable. So yeah, I'm a staunch advocate for looking after the little guy. Well, not the little guy as if to belittle them, but you know, people who are different.
Yeah, 100%, and that's respectable. And you can see that in the way that you are, the compassionate side of you. You know,
totally.
That, bro. It's nice to see and to hear more about the background to it as well.
Special needs, bro. Growing up around those kids, bro, like it means that by the time I got to Peter's boys, I'd already had experiences with kids who Down syndrome, autism, the different kinds of autism, Asperger's, you know, ADD, and obviously every child is different, every kid is different. But if you have experience, you've got a lot more grounding and patience with trying to read them and trying to gather information on who they are and what they're about. So,
Can you tell us a bit about what your relationship is like with your sister?
Yeah, bro. Tight. I think she's probably inherently my biggest fan. She's been living with my old man for the last 5 years now. Since I was year 13, she went down to stay with him. But she's heavy into her music as well, particularly the camp rock soundtrack, Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, High School Musical. So I grew up with those songs on loop, bro, which made me pretty loopy, to be honest. I got pretty angry hearing them, but cool memories now. Looking back on it, and that sense of familiarity always reminds me of of Emily, and she's massive into her performing. So I think she was always proud seeing me do what I do on stage. And she did the same, bro. Like, she was pretty gangster with the old shake and bake.
Yo.
She was pretty scucks, bro, and back in old Star Jam.
Has she ever kind of struggled at times? Is that something you've had to help her with?
Yeah, I think I'm lucky in that my parents are super close to her in that respects. But she's definitely struggled with a whole bunch of stuff, like even being in high school and not liking her teachers all the time, and having to deal with that and having to juggle that. But it's just about putting them in an environment where people care about them, bro, and putting her in an environment where like music sits at the forefront. She can get her ice cream, her lollies, her nice food, and some of the fam around, and then it's all good.
Yeah, that's mean, bro. Well, I mean that you guys know, and she knows as well. Like, that's my list that I go back to, and like, this is how I feel good, kind of thing.
Let her dance, bro. Let her dance.
Yoza. Wow. Are you trying to make some hand signals?
No, I was trying to do it, but I wasn't getting in the thing. Oh, wait. Oh, that's like shaka. But it's also yosa.
Yosa. Yeah, I love that you're a family man, Sam. It's really cool to hear.
Kind of. I'm a family man for whoever's around. My family's scattered, bro. Like, my brother lives in Sydney, so I don't get to see him too often, but he's pretty funny.
You had a brother.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, bro. He's 39, 40.
Wow.
Yo, he's a bit of a nerd, eh? But I'll give him a pass mark. He's pretty funny.
Is that same mum and dad, or
what do you mean?
Like same mum and dad too?
Oh yeah.
Awful.
Fun fact, fellas. I was an IVF baby, so I think I was made in 94, but I was frozen.
Shit.
Wow, I did not know that.
That's
so I was frozen.
That is buzzy.
Yeah, he gave it the old ratatouille and then put me in the freezer for 3 years. And then 97, obviously. Yeah, crazy, yeah.
That is crazy.
You seem way older than what you are. No.
Huh? I get both sides of that, eh? Some people think I'm like real immature. Some people think I'm very mature. It's a real argument. I'm a very polarizing figure. But that's the best way to be, boys.
Live the best of both worlds, eh?
It's a good reference. I like it.
So what's it like your brother living overseas?
It's all good. Like, I mean, it's like, bro, I'd really like to go over to Australia and work for like a couple months. Just collaborate with people over there and maybe start doing some shows there. So it's cool to know that he's there if I need a crash pad. So shout out to the bro. On Kane, his name's Kane.
Kane.
He can't sing, but he's all good.
Is he named after the Hurricanes?
No, I don't think, bro. I think he was born before they were a team, bro.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. He's
born like 82, I think.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. My parents would have been like 21, bro, when they had him. 20.
Yeah, that's buzzy. Yeah, like I can't even imagine having kids. Like, is that something you've thought about before, or not really?
Bro, like, it's crazy to think, like, even some of our parents would have been real young when they had us, right? Like, and I'm 24 tomorrow, and I don't want kids, bro. Like, not yet. I'm so excited to be a dad, but like, I feel like right now I'm not in a space where I can. I'm not in a space where I'm wanting to invest that much time into having a kid just yet. I want to be like 30 and at least a B-list celeb in Oceania by that point. Something like that.
Well, it's a lifetime commitment, so
it is hard. Shits.
What do you do for self-care, Sam? To look after yourself and keep yourself sane?
Just go for walks. Bro, Bro, that's another thing I got to get better at, bro. Like you're picking at probably some of my vices, bro. Like I feel like I'm someone who gets tunnel vision. Like I'll set myself to, this is what I want to do, and then I don't really go easy on myself. Like, bro, even me watching a TV show, I've got to commit to watching it mentally, because otherwise I feel like that's time I could have utilized elsewhere. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So I end up watching hours and hours of brain numbing YouTube because I'm like, oh, it's just a short video. But I don't know. I need to figure out a good balance of that kind of stuff. Well, how about you boys? What do you guys do?
You go, Ethan.
Me?
Yeah.
Exercise is definitely one of my self-care. Like prior to lockdown, going to the gym. But now with lockdown, it's been running. That's been a life changer for me. What else? Probably eating nice food as well. It's always a good form of self-care, I think. And connecting with different people. I love to connect with like friends, family, things like that. But yeah, I think it's like just little things, that makes a difference. And like to look after yourself, because I think it's important to look after yourself, because you have to look after yourself in order to look after others, right? You've got to fill your cup first before you can start filling other people. But yeah, definitely exercise, connection, and nice food as well. Those keep me sane, that's for sure. What about you, Christian?
My idea growing up of like of self-care was a little bit different. Like it wasn't actually self-care. Like I don't know. You know, when you get to the end of like a long week and you're like, yo, I'm gonna have a beer, or like,
Yo,
you know, like things like that. And I've tried to get away from that kind of stuff and use more like positive things, because yeah, I used to drink way too much, way too much. And then also like, I don't know, I used to use drugs as like an outlet, as like, you know, get out of my mind and like feel different. So I guess now like the positive things that I've tried to do are more like, yeah, positive things that like add to your life instead of, you know, taking away from it. Like drinking, I feel like every time you pick up a drink, you know, you're getting closer and closer to death. Like it's not a good habit. It's factual though, you know, like it's a negative habit to have. Smoking, it's a negative habit to have. Like, yeah, so I picked up like exercising. I think the biggest thing for me for my self-care is connecting with people, and especially my family. So yeah, exercising, connecting with family. And bro, one huge thing is like screen time for me. Like disconnecting from that shit.
Taken away for the screen time.
Yo,
getting some sun.
Hard, bro.
And sometimes, what are you gonna say, Sam?
Bro, I was gonna say I'm terrible with screens, but like so much of the work I do is in front of a screen.
And that's why it's so important, I think, for us to switch off. Like, we literally spend at least 8 hours a day in front of like a computer screen, and then we get home and we pick up our phones, and we just like. So bad for us, bro.
What are you in front of your phone for, bro? Yeah, baby.
We just got to be honest about it, you know. We all do it.
Do we?
I don't know. Do we?
Nope.
You don't?
No, bro.
Actually,
bro, yeah, I'm sure you can edit it out, but bro, no shit. You're gonna think I'm lying. I had snags before I had a wank.
Really?
Yeah, bro, for real.
Wow.
Actuals.
What the hell?
Fuck. Yo. Wait, what? That's mind blowing. Holy crap.
So I think I was 20 or 21. It was maybe back end of 2018 when I had, but bro, I was like 23 when I had full 22.
What made you not do that? Like, what? You just didn't want to explore the feeling?
Don't know, bro.
Just too busy.
I don't know. I never like. I always felt like I felt terrible when I'd like try and do it, and I think about it. I'd be like, okay, this isn't really a thing. Or I'm not proud of myself right now. I'm just gonna go get out of here real quick. Yeah, bro. Crazy. Yeah, people don't believe me, but if it like it's real, man.
Yeah, I genuinely don't believe that. Like,
yeah, I'm struggling to believe it too. It's
pulling our legs.
Nah, yeah, bro. Actuals. And then I only foo-fooed because the bro was like, Sammy, if you foo-foo before you have smash, you'll last longer. I was like, oh, for real? Hard. I don't want to be a fucking 5-minute man. Mean. Let me go and rattle the tui real quick. And I tried it and it worked. I was like,
yeah.
Right, all good.
Yo, with some advice for the listeners out there.
oh, far out.
I'm so not editing this out, bro. Like, it's just going nowhere.
Man, I don't mind. That's fine. People call me Cap.
Yeah, the next meme, bro. It'll come up on TikTok. It'll be like,
I had snacks before I had food.
Make it into a song, bro. That can be like it's just the add-on.
It's just so different from the vibe I've been writing recently. So maybe I'll shelf it, but I'll come back to it.
Yeah, I guess. Is there any final words of wisdom that you want to give to anyone listening, or just in general, even to us, bro?
Well, firstly, if you're like doing music stuff and you're creative and you want a brain to pick or someone to bounce off, I'm happy to do it. Genuinely, like I will reply. Like I said, everyone and anyone who want some help and stuff, I will get back. Actually, speaking of which, sometimes I forget. Sometimes like I'll overlook it. But if you hit me up, I'll do it at least once. I was just thinking, some guy hit me up last night to like review a song, and I haven't done it yet, but I'll do it soon. If you guys want like a sounding board, I'm genuinely happy to do it. And then I don't know, advice is just, I don't have any advice for you boys. It's just more so keep doing what you're doing with the platform, because like, yeah, I feel like there needs to be more platforms like this, like inherently naturally opening up a space for people to come in and talk about their lives and their experiences, and that'll help people, because characters are relatable. And then also the work you're doing with trying to get Pacific and Māori people involved in youth line, bro, like, yeah, I don't know, all I can do is tip my hat to that and just say keep pushing out the content as well. Maybe make a TikTok if there's any content you guys can find that's genuinely, like, if there's any content you can find that's relatable to TikTok, like, yeah, TikTok is such a crazy medium for promoting stuff, like anything. Like even me saying I'd probably not for this particular platform, but like, for example, if there was a platform where someone was saying I didn't have a full before after I had sex, like that type of thing can pop off. But someone having like a relatable life story and stuff can get more eyes on what you're doing, which means more doors open, more opportunities. Like, yeah, just utilize those mediums or whatever. And then in general, just people think objectively about stuff. Don't get too tunnel vision. Don't get too stressed out about small things. Here's a cool adage I like. If it's not going to matter in a month's time, don't worry about it.
Oosh.
There you go.
Love it. And what's your Instagram and your TikTok name for all of our viewers? We'll tag it in the video, but you know.
Samv.1010. 1010 is my area code. I'm ripping town. Come check my TikTok if you want to see some slightly inappropriate content that is still not too inappropriate or too vulgar. We're getting there, but not yet.
Wait. Well, I respect you, Sam.
Sam,
I do.
Love your work, man.
I was saying that I wanted to dive deep into the real Sam. I think we got a bit of that.
I think we did indeed.
I hope so. I'm being as transparent. Like, you guys can ask me anything, I'll answer it straight from the fatu. I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm just like a little stoic sometimes, robotic-y, but you know, I always answer from the heart.
Do Do you have anything, Ethan? No, or you feel like we got what we came for?
No, I think we did get what we came for. Loved speaking to you, Sam, today, and just giving us an insight into your life. It's been nice to hear about who Sam is and where he's come from.
You guys are very well spoken. We all are. How mature are we, fellas? How great is this?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
It actually is.
People giving Huswadis in the cricket nets to.
Bro, we finished school 6 years ago nearly.
Yeah, crazy times.
That's madness. Bro, there won't be any kids left that were there when we were there after this year.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sheesh. Mind blowing.
Unless someone repeats, bro. Surely someone repeat for the brightest, for the memory.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And I guess that for me, that's like not only for high school, but in general in life. Like try and put that stamp on things that are like everlasting, eh? Like use the time that you have now and be the truest version of yourself that you can.
Yo,
don't have regrets, bro.
And if school is stink or was stink, doesn't last forever. Doesn't last forever.
So true.
So
you can go out and make a new personality of yourself.
Be like Sam B.
I don't know if I made a new personality. I'm sure I'm relatively similar. Gosh.
You have multiple personalities, bro.
MPD, more personality disorder. That's crazy.
Nah, shall we stop now?
Yo.
Tell the story.
Yeah.